We are just 2 weeks.
Welcome to another episode of Attention Wrestling Disorder. They call me Mr. Shut the hell up. No, there's no Mr. Boom on here. This is RJ's show. The whole show, nothing but the whole damn fucking show.
I am the Chucky Chuck, the Chucky Hashi, the coffee guy, the wrestling hater of TNA, whatever else you want to call me.
Before you go to the next one, Chuck, does it feel a little cold in here?
Pipe down.
A little bit. The feet are a little frozen. I got my boots on right now. What you don't see is my boots with the fur on because it's a little chilly in that.
No, it's frozen over because. Go ahead.
Look who has arrived.
I am here for this episode.
Yeah. You mean the one you should
the 8-time ELW fantasy champion, and as of last year, now I'm a fantasy football champion.
And the champ's too good to show up on these shows, huh, Chuck?
Apparently, when you become a champion, you get special privileges.
Yeah, he thinks he's Brock Lesnar.
I want to hear freaking hammers pounding and swords going off the entire episode.
I would have added to the show.
Listen. It's all good. It's water under the bridge. Hell is frozen over. You have the water. I just put some salt down. Put some water down. It's gonna normal out. Hot water. It'll normal out. All that hot coffee I drink requires a lot of hot water. I'll use the excess. I'll clean that ice right off.
Oh, Chuck, this just in. A new news bulletin. Main event and that other NXT show or whatever that show. Level Up. It's still on the air because of the one viewer. Oh, yeah, this guy.
Pipe down.
Accurate.
This is what we're missing.
Rod, do you still watch those shows?
Hell yeah, every week.
And they thank you for it.
And Speed too. Can't forget about Speed now.
I forget that's a show.
What is that?
It's the one on Twitter where it's the 3
It's actually really good. Those are actually really good matches, to be honest.
Oh, the Speed show, right.
And now the women's Speed tournament starts this upcoming week.
I'm so glad you're the only one who knows that.
I have a confession to make. I've never watched an episode of Speed.
It's actually really good.
Also, I am anti-Twitter or X, whatever it's called these days, so I don't touch anything on the
that's the only way you can watch it, so that's kind of makes it hard.
Well,
the real Speed champion is Elite now, so.
What happened?
Yeah.
The Speed champion is Elite.
Oh, yeah, he is. That's true. I forgot he was a champion. Who's the Speed champion now?
Andrade.
Oh, good for him.
But they don't talk about it ever.
Because it's not
him and Pete Dunne actually had like a hell of a title match on Friday.
Carmelo Hayes keeps just pinning Andrade. I mean, why is Andrade there? Just to make him look good now? Dude, he came back. He should be really pushing him, but no.
Nope, it's just awkward. But you can't push everybody. That's the problem with wrestling. You can't push everybody. It's the downfall.
I mean, he looks at it. At least he's on TV again.
Okay, but this is like
those matches have been, and in fairness, those matches have been pretty good. So
yeah, they're pretty good. But I mean, yeah, he's making Carmelo Hayes look great, and the guy is a hell of a wrestler. But let's put him over a bit. Let's make this guy worth. Let's keep wanting to come back.
Well, technically they're even now. They're 2 apiece, so now they need a rubber match. They won the first 2. Melo won the last 2.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, didn't he win both matches?
They've been 4 matches. Andrade won the first 2. Melo won the last 2.
Yeah, those matches are good.
I thought he won all 3. All right.
I guess they're doing a 3 out of 5 deal, and then they're probably gonna have it be the payoff. Who knows?
Maybe Bad Blood or something.
Maybe.
No more like the other night. when the night before the battle in Berlin, LA Knight versus Ludwig Kaiser. Yeah, you're in Germany and everything, but why can't you have him defend on the PLE? Why does it have to be on SmackDown? Make it work, make it a match that people would have
Yeah,
to
because
see.
WWE has this thing now that unless it's like a big four pay-per-view, it's only gonna be like 5 matches on that PLE now.
Yeah, I feel like they're really time constraining things. I don't know why they're doing it that way, but I feel like they're just time constraining everything. They're trying to give the matches that are meant to be like their attraction matches more time, I guess. I don't know.
All right, so we're kind of starting, but where are we really starting? Because we have a lot going on. We had All In and All Out is next weekend for AEW. You have in a few hours, you have NXT's No
Yep.
Mercy, where the
Which, in my
non
opinion, is gonna be the better of the 2 cards, in my opinion.
Compared to what? Compared to Bash in Berlin?
Yep.
Okay, what do you? Well, first of all,
I guess
the main event was awesome, and the rightful winner stood tall.
Well, everybody knew he was not losing that title in his first defense. Everybody knew that.
But not even that. It was the other thing. It was like, oh, the handshake. That was so nice. And my response to everyone was, you can't make Gunther a heel in Germany. It's just not possible.
Exactly, it's the Bret Hart rule.
Exactly.
I mean, in my opinion, too, the both of the world title matches were amazing. They were the best matches of the night, in my opinion.
I really
Kevin
like.
Owens is going. This match between Rhodes and Owens is not over. This storyline is not over. Yeah, they hugged and everything.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna rematch, but
What's going to happen?
before Solo's got next.
So what I think is going to happen is with time, because these speculated rumors it's going to be Owens and Orton at Mania. I have a feeling with time that it's going to be Orton and Owens for Mania with the title. I think Owens somehow will take the title off Rhodes.
I want to see that. I mean, I want to see that eventually, but let's see. I feel like Rhodes.
It's going to be a longer story. It's not going to be like a 1, 2, 3 story. It's going to take time. They're going to revisit it too.
You had the title on someone for about 4 years. Maybe keep the title on Rhodes for a year.
Right.
If you're going to keep a title on Roman Reigns for 4 years and finally someone finally beats him, it would be a shame to take it off within months.
No, that's true. No, it wouldn't be right away. That's what I'm saying. It would be stupid if it was a short-term story. I think they're going to build back to it. I have a feeling you're going to like see it like on and off with that. It's going to be the friendship, and then it'll be like the other feuds. And then when like a while from now, you'll see Owens turn full heel, and they'll fight for it.
This question is for Rod. Am I the only one who noticed that they said the undisputed WWE title, but then on the screen it read undisputed WWE Universal title? What the fuck, Rod? Explain.
I saw that too.
That's it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be the one who has the explanation when none of us know what the fuck's going on. So, Rod, explain.
I don't think there is an
Who
issue.
knows? Yeah, who knows? It could be one of those somebody had one job, what's the name, and they messed up on it.
They had one job, own job.
So, all right, who are we gonna? Do we?
I guess we can start with Bash in Berlin, since we already discussing it.
Yeah. Okay, so I was okay. I mean, I knew Punk was gonna win. We all because
you wasn't gonna have. I mean, as much as I would have loved to see Drew win 2 in a row, it wasn't happening.
No, you knew Punk.
Exactly, because you have to, as much as you and I. And it's funny we agree on this. As much as you and I hate that motherfucker.
No.
You're both wrong. You just are.
No, we ain't.
We're not.
Still a cancer.
He's still.
I'm tired of all these freaking people acting like he's just like their returning hero. He didn't come back because his contract was up in AEW and he didn't resign. He just like, oh, I want to go back to WWE. No, he came back because he had nowhere else to go because he got his ass fired.
Pretty much. And you know, he
That's why
can
people act like he's like this returning hero. No, he isn't. If all that stuff doesn't go down, he's still in AEW right now. So stop with this bullshit. Oh, he's a returning hero. He isn't. He's
no
not a
one would have
constant
wanted
hero.
him in
He's a
AEW.
damn
I'm not
cancer.
in touch with this one. I'm loving Punk and WWE right now.
He's
If
a damn
he-
cancer. Mr. Ooh, he finally won the match. Yay. Yay. He won his first match in 10.5 years. Yay. Let's just pop champagne bottles now.
I've been popping my seltzer bottles because he's straight edge.
The only reason that he won is because they want to keep the feud going. And also Punk would probably be like, I just came back not to lose. Yammin.
So he's there crybaby.
I don't think that's the
Sexy
case
doesn't give
at
him.
all, but
I mean, the dude, AEW literally created a show for the dude, and he still found something to complain about.
He didn't want, like, you know, he said he didn't want
He literally
to
got
do
the
it.
Pikachu competing on said show, and he still found something to complain about.
We need to talk about the show in a little bit because I was not thrilled with last night's collision, but
we'll touch on that. But we'll get there. We'll work into that.
But you have to remind me because I'm going to forget.
I'll remind you because I have a perfect segue when we get there. But we gotta. You know what? I'm gonna actually not be too ADD today. I think I have a whole order for this now. I think I have this whole episode mapped out in my head, and y'all are gonna follow suit. All right?
I don't see that happening, but
I don't either, but I'm trying.
let's. I mean, oh, by the way, because I'm going to bring him up. Congrats to Mr. Brian Maddox being a new father.
Oh,
yeah,
but if Brian Maddox could not help put order in the show, what makes you think we can?
Oh.
Maddox is as bad as we are. Maddox has as bad of a attention span that we do. Don't let him fool you.
I think it's better than ours. He tried. He really tried, but we being jackasses that we are, we can't get
That's fair. Congrats,
we can't
Maddox.
get our heads
We
straight.
have it back on again.
We can't.
Episodes.
All right, so let's talk about all of it.
What else happened on Bash of Berlin? Did we miss anything?
Yeah, we missed the fact. Go ahead. I'm going to talk over you. So go say what you're going to say, and I have a response for you.
We got no women's tag team champions, and I swear those reporters over there are a bunch of fucking idiots. Jade and Bianca just won the women's tag team titles for the second time, and you want to ask her questions about AEW? Like, why? Like, she hasn't been there.
Why would you give that? Like, why would you even put a title back on her when she should not be in a title picture? Jade Cargill should turn on her already, and we should get the pick we want. We don't need that idiot wandering around with her hair and whipping her hair around. No one wants to see you with a belt anymore. Go away.
Yeah, okay. She's like the most marketable female in the company right now, but okay.
I'm gonna use the impersonation every episode now, but it's just
yeah.
The most marketable female in the company, but yeah, let's not put her over. Okay.
Okay, so
most marketable female in the company is from Australia.
There's somebody more marketable than Bianca Belair. I'll wait.
How about an Australian that won her match last night?
No.
Don't you tell me that Rhea Ripley is not marketable.
Show. I don't see Rhea Ripley on College Game Day. I don't see Rhea Ripley on all these appearances like Bianca Belair does. So no, she's not.
Who the hell watched that reality show?
She might be the better wrestler, but she is not more marketable.
By the way,
she might be the better wrestler, but she is not more marketable.
They watched that. So
who the hell watched that show besides? Oh, you said. Oh, are you saying that someone else did watch that?
That's my fiance, bro.
And it was a good show too. You're just a hater.
Why would she help give ratings? Why? We all have to have a sit down talk.
She's like the most marketable female in the company. That's why.
I'm the EFT. You're the worstest, the dumbest, the stupidest.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm having way too much fun with this. You two are arguing. I'm just going.
Fucking degenerate.
I'm on my own. I get the world. Shut the hell up. No, I am not a Bianca Belair fan. I am a Jade
Oh, I
Cargill.
love her.
I want to believe that again they're doing a little more long term storytelling, so they're letting them have their little run.
Okay.
Eventually, it's gonna be the turn is gonna be with around the belts. That's the
We
only
need We need the Jade Cargill from AEW. That's the Jade Cargill that I mean. I'm sorry, but like they're making her look weak. I mean, she came in strong at the finish, but in the middle of the match,
He looks
where
strong as in ring. The problem is because there's so much talent in WWE. It's a different field, women wise, in AEW. That she's not going to just rise right up to the top of the women's division.
And that's
WWE.
what people need to realize. Let's face
also
facts. The WWE Women's Division is better than AEW Women's Division. Let's just face facts. AEW might have the edge tag team wise, but WWE has the edge woman wise.
yeah, they do have. I mean, obviously they have a stacked women's division, but you know, yes, Nia is the power right now. Is the powerhouse champion.
And I'm happy for her. You know, like, one, she's not botching like she was in her first run, so she clearly has gotten better.
Finally,
I mean, you can say right now this is the best run she's ever had in her entire career.
Yeah, I guess that's
I still think Jade Cargill is that monster heel that we need to see again.
I agree with time. I agree also, but I also agree that her run, because of how they're booking her, is a little underwhelming for what we know Jade Cargill can be. But again, you're not going to go from one company being the champion and go to the next one to be the champion immediately. Look at
that really happens. Really happens.
Technically, he became a tag team champion immediately.
Technically, Kazuchika Okada was like the New Japan champion for 100 years. Went over to AEW. He's the Continental champion, but he's not the world champion.
Right? And people hate on that. It's like, you know, not everybody who's a world champion in one company is going to go to a new company and immediately become a world champion. It's mind-boggling how people think that. That's how it works.
You went from being champion in New Japan to going over and dancing, going CEO. That's the new Okada we got now.
You know what's funny? We'll segue back to this in a little while, but I will say this about the CEO of the Mercedes Moné. She is officially the female Jon Moxley in relation to AEW and New Japan, and how she's booked and how they present her.
Well, I think New Japan, Jon Moxley just came over to AEW on Wednesday.
We'll touch on that later.
Yes,
but I have a point with that. But my point was, like, I always prefer like how they're used in Japan to AEW, because those characters get super stale super quick in AEW, but they actually do good stuff with them in Japan. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. But it was weird watching her be babyface on Capital Collision, where she was been super blown heel on AEW's TBS champion. But we'll touch on that later. There is a lot to be.
It happens. I mean, for example, look at Blake Christian. He's a super overface in Ring of Honor, but we all know GCW. He's probably the most hated man in the company
because he does such a good job. Good job, Blake Christian. Good job. I think he's only won matches in GCW, but everywhere else he goes, he just does a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, actually, no. He actually did good in the Best of Super Junior tournament.
Yeah, he did do well in that, actually. Well, again, but that's different than like other things. Like even though like you could be doing a good job in most companies, you do work in like Japan and stuff with a different playing field. So, but I do agree he did very good. He had some good matches in Best. But then again, Blake Christian is a good hand, so no matter where he wrestles, he's always going to put on a good match. Even if he's never really win them necessarily, he'll still make the other guy look good when he loses.
Well, the GCW champion is apparently his girlfriend's married to a Frankenstein now, so.
Yep.
But we're all over the place.
More on that later. So speaking of your favorite Rhea Ripley, who you love, Rod, who's more over than Bianca Belair, FYI.
No.
She always will be. Anyway.
No.
More women want to be Rhea Ripley than Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah,
Mark's gonna be.
that's definitely a matter of an opinion, but okay.
More women want to be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, no.
Well, also too, Rhea Ripley's in her Chris Motionless era, and everybody loves Motionless in White, so we got that going too.
Yeah, watered down metal band. Anyway,
Hey, Motionless in White is great. Don't hate.
they're more watered down metal band, but
Yes,
yeah,
and
the
no,
theme is pretty good. But I mean, a metal band to me, they're not a metal band.
they're not like metal and like
That's my impression of Eric Cartman singing "Emotionless in White."
I was trying to figure out what the hell you were doing.
But
Anyway,
yeah, that's Motionless in White, man. That's not metal to me. But
it's good rock. I wouldn't overly consider it metal. It's good rock.
but anyway, but no,
But
there.
that
I
was a good
mean,
match. I actually liked the Judgment Day match against Rhea.
Yeah, that was a good match. Like,
I still think that for the story purposes, Judgment Day should have won that, but I get why they had the other two win.
I mean,
They
I
were
mean,
Judgment
you
Day.
couldn't have Judgment Day
win. I get it.
right after, you know, like freaking Liv beat Rhea at SummerSlam.
I guess that's the only reason why you had to do it. I mean,
Yeah, that's exactly why they needed. She needed her revenge.
To get another shot now because they won the tag match.
But there is another problem with that match.
What was your other problem with that match?
Rhea Ripley had two problems. Damian Priest's problem was not with Dominic Mysterio.
No.
That's the problem. It took well, I mean, Finn Balor kind of put focus back on himself, but I feel like it took focus off of Finn Balor.
Because here's the problem with that whole thing, and it sucks, is that let's call a spade, even though Finn Balor's a heel, Dom is all the heat. That's the reason he was in that match, because Dom was more heat than Balor. Even though Balor cost Priest the belt, blah, 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 he's the heel, yeah. Dom's still getting all the heat for everything. Dom is the best heel in the business right now because he's at that point as a heel that he is purposely doing ridiculous things to keep heat on him because he's so smart. He knows how to do it. It kind of reminds me of like when The Rock first turned heel, when like the fans hated him when he was a babyface and he was heel, and they started to love him. But Dominic gives you reasons to keep giving him heat. The Rock didn't do that. The Rock became 100% himself. Like Dom is being 100% himself, but Dom also is finding ways to look ridiculous and be ridiculous to keep heat. That mustache is getting him such good heat.
It is.
And that mullet is getting him great heat.
Oh, God.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's like
you're trying still, really hard to be LWO like 97 and then getting it down to the side.
It's so funny, like how he's still the most hated person, but yet this guy at a signing will go over and talk to, will actually talk to fans.
Yeah, I heard about what he did for that one fan.
That's super cool that he did that, but that's with time where even though he's doing this, there is going to come a day where he's going to be a huge babyface because he's getting such good heat as a heel now that the only thing that's going to happen is he's going to plateau as a heel. That how do you get more heat? And then it's like, oh shit, now he's a babyface. He's going to, even like Ric Flair in the heyday when he got the hit of his heat, the only thing that will start to happen is people start to cheer it because it's like, oh, he's kind of cool now. He's a badass.
The dude has nuclear heat. It's insane.
It's great.
Like he really, I mean, he's so good at being hated.
Dom Mysterio, any heel can take pointers from Dom Mysterio any day. If you want to get real heat, do what Dom Mysterio does. Do variations of that, you'll get heat.
But I mean, Kevin Owens was where Dom. Well, Kevin Owens was where Dom was at one point too. That dude, as Kevin Steen, he knew how to get hated. I mean, hell, even MJF knows how to be hated, even though his heel turn was.
MJF though is that like people still want to cheer him, even with this heel turn. Everybody's hating on this heel turn for MJF because people are starting to like MJF. A lot of fans still hate him. All the cliche AEW marks hate him to death. But any other fan is like, this is the greatest thing in wrestling.
I'm honestly, well, okay. Did we get all the matches?
Yeah, I think we hit everything now. It was only like
Well, Cody, did we talk Cody? We talked Cody Owens, yeah.
no, but it was a good match. Again, I think it's like we said, it's going to be a long-term story. I think. I don't think that match. I think it's going to be the alliance, being friends, and that whole thing, and then Owens will do he does to everybody else and turns on them, but it'll be like months from now. It won't be like anytime soon.
I
Because
mean,
anybody who thought Cody was losing yesterday was stupid. The next pay per view is in Cody's hometown. You are not going to have Cody show up not being the world champion.
Cody's not dropping that belt for a while. And if he does,
Cody Rhodes, to me, don't turn Kevin Owens heel on Rhodes. Because that's Kevin Owens heel turns, like a Big Show heel turn, has been done to death. Turn Cody on Owens.
That's what they should do.
But they're not, though. Like, Cody is way too popular to turn heel, especially right now.
Again, any move turning any heel turn in that angle, it needs to do at least like where are we now? September? At least
yeah, we just hit September.
From now. Not now, like months from now.
Labor Day weekend.
Cody will do anything to hold on to the title. Make him like Four Horsemen Ric Flair. Get Arn Anderson involved now and have Arn start trying to help. Maybe Arn comes out in the match and distracts Owens. So let Cody.
But give him that Bullet Club Cody Rhodes character.
Yes.
Love give him that type of heel.
Bullet Club, Ring of Honor, Cody Rhodes. Yes.
Give him like what he was doing in Ring of Honor as a heel, and it'll go over like Rover as a heel. But
right. Again, kind of make him like Ric Flair in the early '80s.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
I mean, he's the only Rhodes to ever hold a world heavyweight title, to hold the company's coveted title.
That's true.
Bring that out. Talk about that. Be that guy. That would make the story more interesting, because why do we need to have a predictable moment? Oh, Owens is it's either Owens turns heel or he doesn't.
Right.
So
yeah, it's like we all see it coming.
Let the kids cry. Let the Cody crybabies. Why, Cody? Why? Let him be the hated asshole.
Bailey turned heel, cry when Cody turns heel.
Yeah.
That kid was so Bailey turned.
Rod go, boo-hoo, my hero. I am a Cody mark, but I want him to be a bad guy. That's the thing.
I want Rod to cry when Cody turns heel, just like he did when Bailey turned heel.
I will applaud when that happens.
That little kid cried when Bailey turned heel. It was actually Rod crying.
I know. We all know that was Rod crying.
Rod was so upset. Bailey was his girl.
Well, she's not a heel anymore.
Yeah, Rod is super happy about it.
I'm waiting for this version of Bailey's Funko Pop to come out. Should be coming out like sometime this month, actually.
Collector of Funko Pops. All of mine are right behind me, and that's all I've ever owned.
I'm just waiting for Tiffany Stratton.
I already posted a video of how many I got, so.
Bailey's kind of pissing me off because I want Tiffany Stratton to cash that in. So, Bailey, mind your own business. You lost. Go away. Let's Tiffany Stratton turn on.
They teased it. SmackDown.
You mean the official Charlotte 2.0?
Charlotte 2.0? I don't think so.
Yes, let's see now. She's tall, blonde, and does moonsaults. Who does that remind me of?
Oh, does she do a figure 4 leg lock? No.
That's the only difference. Wow, you found one difference. Congratulations.
She is the female Christopher Daniels. Get it right.
It's just a female Charlotte Flair, tall blonde that does moonsaults. Where have I heard that before?
Yeah, but she does the prettiest
Ceiling
moonsault ever.
has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. The ceiling.
Oh God. Turn the fucking fan off. Anyway, um,
I have my own
What-
so don't mind me.
the Tiffany Stratton is someone who was never expected to move forward the way that she has. And I want to see the belt put on Stratton the way the belt was put on Mariah May. Another beautiful blonde that can wrestle.
She's probably gonna win it because no female has ever failed to cash in company history. So
Oh, here we go. Watch the most professional view ever. Okay, we're all gonna now have to stare at this fucking fan for the next
my
fucking
God.
hour and a half.
shoot, it's better than seeing you in your tiny whities, but okay.
Got a point.
First of all, I'm wearing dark Star Wars underwear, so they're not white.
Sorry.
Ladies and
Second
gentlemen,
of all,
for all you Star Wars nerds that are looking for a man, there's your guy. Playing matchmaker too now.
I'm already good in that department, but I'm already good. But in other news, what the fuck, dudes? Like I don't know, like
I'm getting distracted
no
by
one
the.
wants to stare at a fucking ceiling fan.
I'm getting
Oh my
distracted-
God.
I'm getting distracted by the ceiling fan. I lost my train of thought. But okay, so all right, we covered that. Let's backtrack. Let's discuss All In last week. That was good.
So
Oh, very good.
what was good?
All In. Let's touch on All In quick.
Yeah,
All
it
In
was definitely the best
fucking
event of the
awesome.
month. That's for sure.
All In did basically damage control to all the stuff that's been going on TV. It did a lot of damage control, no pun intended, but all the matches were great. They made the FTW title a title that's not supposed to be a coveted, like a recognized title. I mean, Tony addressed that too in the media scrum, but that title,
It's an unofficial title.
it's an
It's always
unofficial
been an
title,
unofficial
but
title.
it has a lot of history, and that's why it's there.
Right?
But also,
but
everybody who has that, it's a gimmick title. It's just there to promote a gimmick or whatever wrestler has it.
Right? But having somebody like Jericho hold it raises the
It's just a gimmick.
prestige of it.
Gimmick.
that was the whole point of it, yeah. And he did, and then Hook wins it back in the big one. Obviously, it was a good match too.
Hook is
It
fantastic.
was.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Oh,
fans,
he is hilarious
Thanks,
with
guys.
that. He be having me dying with that. He is hilarious with that.
I love that. Hi guys.
right.
And the way he
I
twisted
mean,
it
just saying,
too.
that was the Chris Jericho's first official championship they won in AEW that was not a world title.
Oh yeah, that is true because they won the Ring of Honor. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, he was the first ever AEW world champion. Then he was also Ring of Honor world champion.
Yeah, he was Ring of Honor, which made him an 8-time champ. The whole Ocho thing, and now he's the Learning Tree. He went back to being Lionheart. The Learning Tree.
The man knows how to reinvent himself.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, would you call being Lionheart reinventing yourself or kind of backtracking?
Okay, that was like going back in time. That was like going back in time. That was
Well, I mean,
It
in
was
order
kinda
for
like-
him
it
to
was kinda like
transition
when
to the
freaking
Learning Tree,
Hogan
he
and
had to be the
WCW went
Lionheart,
back to the red and yellow.
It was almost like he was doing a nostalgia angle for the short term.
which kind of brought him into this Learning Tree. And we're noticing a lot. Well, all right, I'm ahead of myself. But okay, so we have new trios champions, and which doesn't really, and they're not really focusing on it right now.
And I will say this though about that. Like, if you got Pac winning the trios titles with Claudio and you,
We know why.
that basically number one tells me that the Lucha Brothers are pretty much out of AEW.
I haven't seen them, so yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, maybe we'll see them tonight.
That means
Maybe we'll see them tonight. Hmm?
That means they're going to NXT, and I can't wait. Lucha Brothers, they're gonna be great there.
Again, maybe we'll see him tonight. I'm still waiting to see Julia show up in a match. We still haven't seen that. I'm waiting
I
for.
still would love to know who Jada Parker was talking to at the end of that interview.
What do you mean?
When she was like, "What are you looking at? You could get some too." You didn't see who the person was on camera.
It's either gonna be Julia or Stephanie.
I mean, I'm hearing the favorite to that right now is Cora Jade. That's the favorite.
True.
I think we did.
Oh, when the hell is she coming? She was kind of back, but then she wasn't back because I saw
He
her.
got injured again.
Yeah, I saw her come back. She did like
I don't know who is more injury prone, her or Dakota Kai.
Yeah, seriously.
They're both always injured. Why does everybody keep them? All right, because they can't.
It's like everybody's like, "Oh, why don't they get pushes? You can't push somebody who's injured all the time." It's
Exactly.
kind of like why Wade Barrett never got the main event push because he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like how does she keep getting injured? Is it like she's not taking like her? She has
It's just bad luck.
It's bad breaks. Yeah, that's all it really
Yeah,
is.
kind of like what killed Candice Michelle's career. It was she couldn't stay healthy.
Yes, Michelle was smoking.
Well, actually, there's another injury-prone person in the main event roster in WWE.
And that is
Well, the guy who Bronson Reed was supposed to have a rivalry with and became Braun Strowman. That's who. The guy who Bronson Reed crushed keeps getting injured, keeps going away, coming back, going away, coming back. Seth Rollins is Mr. Injury Prone.
And that's why you're not really seeing him get pushed hard right now either.
Rollins is though like he needed that time off. His back is bad right now.
Yeah,
Like,
but he came back and he's out again.
Because he probably came back prematurely or re-injured himself.
But let's go back to AEW.
You know, like because like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, let's touch back on. Let's finish.
Well, let's do it quickly because we got all out coming in.
Yeah, we got to touch on that. Yes.
Saraya on the pre-show was great because we brought back the true UK superstar.
Yeah.
Of AEW.
Jamie Hayter. RJ's favorite.
Oh, yes, she is certain. Well, I don't know. Mariah May is kind of becoming my favorite from UK these lately. But like,
I was happy that she beat Toni Storm for the title. I was I like Toni Storm for the champ, but I'm glad that.
Yeah, it's Mariah's time because she's never really. She's only been she's been in Japan. She's been in UK.
You know what I want to see on an AEW pay-per-view one day? Mariah versus Mina. That's the match I'm waiting for.
I feel like it's coming.
Yeah.
Because they keep saying, she was torn between Tony, and they said it when she wrestled the other night. So I feel like it's coming.
Yeah. That's the match we want.
That would be a great match, but I mean, you have a lot of other good matches. I'm annoyed that someone. I'll get to that in a bit since we're still talking about All In.
We'll touch that.
I'm going to talk about the person who's had the titles long enough, and now they want to put her in the TNA TBS title picture. Whatever. I still like her, but I don't know. Yes, I'm talking about Akira Shida, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, why not give her a title match? I mean, what this woman does for that company overseas is amazing.
Even though we're all over the place, we're not going to segue anyway. So that match on Collision though with Shida, she was the right person to win that match.
That fatal four-way was great though. That was a hell of a fatal four-way.
It was actually a decent match.
I would have. Even though I'm not going to lie, had she not won, I would have loved to see Thunder Rosa win it. I would love to see Mercedes Moné Thunder Rosa. That'd be another badass match.
Yeah, I'm done with Thunder Rosa.
I'm gonna play down.
Where's Deonna Purrazzo? Is she injured now? Or is she just off TV now that she lost to Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, she's selling her injuries because that match was a war.
Selling her injuries. She's selling her injuries.
But yeah, selling for how much? 50
Oh my
cents.
god, it's degenerate.
But I mean, we had a lot of good matches. Will Ospreay, MJF,
Oh, that match was
and
incredible.
it was the right thing to do, you
Yeah,
know.
it
And
was.
now Daniel Garcia's back in the picture, and we're gonna have that rivalry settled and all out.
Yep. Danielson won the title, and he's not retiring. He's not ready to leave just yet.
I'm sorry, like nothing against Jack Perry, but he should not be the person getting this world title match.
Why not? Why
I
not?
agree with you,
I don't
but
like champions getting world title matches. I don't like champions going after other titles. Like you should be defending your title on a pay-per-view, not going after somebody else's title.
I agree with you there. But it is a good step for him to get in the ring with Bryan Danielson.
I mean,
to
it is. I
show-
mean, this is gonna be like the biggest match of his career, but I just don't.
It'll be a good match. I think that's what they're going for. And it's somebody that no one expects Jack Perry to beat Bryan Danielson.
I mean, he's not winning, obviously, but still.
yeah, but after all the shit that
first.
after all the crap that he got himself into with his mouth, because I know a lot of veterans say a lot of negative things about that kid. I mean, it's what he's showing that.
Punk
Yeah.
Like Punk was the hero in all this. No, he wasn't.
But it's not just that. Like I heard Bubba Ray Dudley say that he was disrespectful to him.
That fucking dumbass. Do not get me started about that idiot. Mr. almost freaking cause Ring of Honor like a class action lawsuit with his actions. Don't get me started about that dumbass.
God loves Bubba Ray Dudley.
Tamatanga.
Won't get me started about him either.
That was the whole point. Anyway, no, but Jack Perry to me, I feel like, yeah, that asshole tried to like ruin his career, and Jack was like, okay, now I'm the fucking scapegoat, and now I'm gonna fucking make noise, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. He became a scapegoat, literally. If you actually honestly, he was a scapegoat that whole thing. He really.
And look where it got him, though. It got him a bigger role in the company.
Because at the end of the day, with all that, the problem wasn't with Jack Perry with Punk. Like Punk, yeah, the whole incident with Punk, but the Punk issue had nothing to do with Jack Perry. Jack Perry was just a scapegoat in the real issue with Punk. And the thing is, Punk really wasn't wrong. Punk really didn't do anything, but that's another conversation for another time.
Yeah, Punk didn't do anything. Neither did Ace Steel, who now has a job in TNA. I don't know why.
Oh, God, started with that idiot. What are we, 5 biting people? You're a former professional wrestler. You're going around biting people. What are you, 5?
Apparently, he's safe enough to work in another company with other people.
Apparently.
I
Then again,
but,
or anything.
I don't know.
But
But
off the street. That's why half the talent on that show have jobs.
So you don't think Nick Nemeth deserves to be a champion over there?
Nick Nemeth is one of the good ones over there because Nick Nemeth's freaking amazing. But again, I'm saying on the bottom of the barrel, they'll hire anybody for the card.
Oh, okay, not everybody, because trust me, Blanchard's never coming back. They will never bring that.
Tessa Blanchard, I don't see. I don't see Tessa Blanchard.
El Patron is never coming back.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to change regimes again, like they do every 3 years, and the next regime will bring them both back. You'll see.
Yeah, I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. They ain't that stupid.
You know what I don't watch today?
They're not Conan and AAA who hires just about everybody, no matter how big of a scumbag you are.
Yeah, that's why we had JBL at the pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, yeah, because AAA, didn't they keep Sexy Star on the roster after what she did to Rosemary?
The original Sexy Star, not the new one, because there's actually a new one now that everybody likes, but the original one.
Lucha Underground is like blackballed from wrestling. The
I
winner-
mean, so Tessa Blanchard, everyone has a lot of shitty things to say about her. And so,
Because it's true.
Triple A
Because it's true.
people never book him. That's like Marty Skrull being down there because Marty Skrull will never be booked in the States ever again.
do you think we'll ever see her in an AEW ring?
Hell no.
No.
She couldn't even get there when her dad was working there. She ain't getting there now.
WWE won't
Did they-
touch on the 10-foot pole.
Especially now that Ricochet's there, she definitely ain't getting there now.
Oh, why? Were they dating at some point?
Yeah.
And WWE,
And they had a real messy breakup because she cheated on him, just like she cheated on Daga. That's why they're not together anymore.
I didn't even know she wasn't with Daga anymore.
Nope. Yeah, yeah.
Who cares about ex TNA people?
Pipe down, you hater.
I have to say though, the way they're going about things now, I almost can't hate TNA right now. Almost.
That's because they have a breakthrough star who's probably going to end up in WWE, especially after tonight.
Probably gonna win their title tonight.
I think so.
Speaking of new champions,
And I don't believe in him, but I still think he'll win. Even though I
speaking
don't
of
believe in him.
speaking of new champions,
Speaking of champions becoming champions right away, Ethan Page won that title within like weeks.
right? No one said anything, but no one complained about that though. Everybody wanted to complain about Mercedes Moné winning the championship quickly. Look at Ethan Page; he did it just quickly, and no one batted an eye.
Give him that, because what did they do for him in AEW? He didn't have a title in AEW, and he worked his ass off for the company. He deserves a fucking title. Let him have it.
He ain't deserve to come to NXT and win it just like that.
By the way, this is what we need to be focused around. Not this ad, but there is something coming.
Okay.
Fucking ad shit is pissing me off.
What?
Hang on. This is just for you, RJ.
Hopefully, or we're halting the show for a good reason, but okay.
Yeah, we are.
And
Yup, ears.
fuck you.
Oh no!
So here's the whole thing with that.
But you know, as I was saying, speaking of new champions that's gonna be competing tonight, we got a brand new champion that's gonna be competing tonight too.
Oh,
And it is the new TNA X Division champion Zachary Wentz.
okay. I didn't get to watch it yesterday, but
Deal.
oh, that's going to be interesting.
You know,
So
like,
do you think Wesley is going to take the title off of him?
I don't know if the title's on the line. That's the thing. I don't know if it's a title match though.
no, they're actually. I have to say, in this crossover, I actually can't hate on TNA because they really are protecting their talent.
They are.
Protecting theirs.
Let's say
Why
one thing.
isn't Trey Miguel in this feud,
Jordan
though?
match Tuesday was really good.
Why isn't Trey Miguel in this match, though? Because Trey Miguel got attacked too.
Zachary Wentz and West were the former MSK, and Trey wasn't.
Yeah, but he was still part of the Rascals. He was still part. He still attacked Trey Miguel as well. He didn't just attack Wentz.
Zachary Wentz, and it'll be the influence of the match, I'm sure.
I think it's funny though. Like he was Nash Carter, and now it's I guess he's gonna be Zachary Wentz now because he's in TNA.
Was that his name in TNA to begin with? Zachary Wentz.
Yeah, but it's just funny because he was Nash Carter in the other one, and then, oh, by the way, you know what's funny?
What?
He gets fired for that, all that stuff that happened, and who's working on TV and who isn't?
Well, she retired from wrestling in general. Now she does like tarot card readings now.
Yeah, because she knew that everyone was going to turn on her.
Yeah, she's completely done with like professional wrestling. She does like tarot card readings now.
And why isn't Zachary Wentz's girlfriend wrestling right now?
I don't know who he's dating.
She's injured.
Oh, Gigi Dolan.
Yeah, she's injured.
Been injured, yeah.
But we got away from AEW. I mean, there's a lot to talk about with the cards and stuff, but do we just skip forward to Dynamite? Because there was a lot of matches that night.
I know. Well, I feel like we hit the key points of All In. I mean, I said what I had to say.
Well, we didn't talk about
And it was the
we
best
didn't
card
talk
of the
about
month of
my
August.
favorite wrestler losing.
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said. Were we talking about losing?
No, I'm saying in my opinion, it was the best card for the month of August.
It was a great card, but we still didn't talk about my favorite wrestler losing.
And that would be
The person that Chuck took from me and in the fantasy wrestling, because she was always destined to be on my team, not his.
Oh, the one time, and
MD. I knew I mean I wanted her to finally have a different title, but I guess they're keeping an honor for her.
No, Renee was not losing that title that quickly. You're not going to have her the highest paid female in the company and then have her lose that title that quickly. It just doesn't work like that.
But here's the thing, Rod. Here's the thing. That the Mariah May Tony Storm match had a better story and a better build than Monet Baker.
Because well, I mean, Baker just came back like 2 months ago, so it had a much longer build. Yeah, everybody knows that.
Even that, it's just, I thought the match was better too. Like Monet and Baker did have a good match, but I thought Mariah and Storm had a way better match.
They did, because the story they told, yes.
The whole thing, yeah.
This protege who kind of weaseled her way into Tony's life to just, destroy it.
Yeah, which is great. That's great storytelling.
The glamour Mariah May. And I mean, it was a brilliant story, and she won. Oh, and there's another story they should be telling, but they're not. Because I saw a commentator on Collision last night who should have been in the ring last night. I don't think Jack Perry should be facing Bryan Danielson. I think Nigel McGuinness should be.
That's the match we were talking about. That's the match I want to see. Now that he's the title, now that he's cleared to wrestle again, Nigel, I want to see Nigel Danielson at least one more time, because those two put on the best matches I've ever seen. My favorite Danielson matches in any company are against Nigel McGuinness.
And I think it will happen since Tony's a fanboy.
Tony's a mark. Tony will give you that match next week, though. Tony Khan will blow his load on that match next week, and then it won't mean anything. That's the problem with Tony Khan booking.
I know that they're planning on Christian coming in and possibly taking the title, but we need to have McGuinness Danielson. That match has to happen before Danielson calls it a day.
Oh, I agree.
And it'd be stupid to not have it.
I agree.
Because anyone like myself who never got to see those two wrestle, but knows the history, I want to fucking see those two wrestle.
Those two put on matches. They put on bangers after bangers after
bangers. But yeah, that we want to see that. Ricochet's back.
That was cool.
But here I'm worried about that, and I'll tell you why. Because we've seen it with Miro. We've seen it with a lot of other Keith Lee, we've seen it with. What's going to happen when they run out of stuff for Ricochet?
Right. No, I know. I'm worried about that for him, too. I could agree with that. I feel like that happens a lot with XW. I feel like Tony Khan hires XWB guys just to have them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, oh, well, we have them because they're XWB. They're big names, but I don't really know what to do with them. All right.
Like, what the hell is going on with Miro and Keith Lee right now? Why haven't we seen them?
Creative has nothing for them.
Yeah, you have a guy from Mexico and TNA, and you rebuild him as Big Mortis, and you put him in meaningless matches. You could have had Miro have a run with him. Nope. You could have had Miro or Keith Lee. Keith Lee should have had his match with fucking Strickland with Swerve, but nope. Also, what about Roosh? We could put Roosh against fucking Miro.
Hey.
There are options.
And Roosh, they're kind of starting to push again now that he's doing the Don Callis family thing.
Yeah, but we haven't seen. I mean, they've been pushing Kyle Fletcher more than anyone in that. I mean, what's his name won a match last night, but still.
I have a feeling with time you're going to get. I think with time they're building it. I think you're going to get Fletcher Osprey for that title.
I want to see that. Everyone wants to see. But actually, they already did see that.
Yeah.
Didn't we already have Fletcher versus Osprey?
Not really, no.
It was on Dynamite. They fought each other. Rod, back me up on this one because you remember this shit.
I think it was like
Did we lose Rod?
Nope, you're right. You're right. They did have the match. It was
Did we lose Rod?
We had the match, but it wasn't like a feud match. It was like a friends match.
Okay. Did we lose Rod?
Rod, did we lose you?
I guess you guys didn't hear about when I said I'd be right back.
Nope.
Oh, no, we didn't.
He was talking over you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
I'm back.
we have Rod's number one fucking fan in the picture.
Just saying yesterday, don't hate.
What the fuck were we talking about again? All right, so I don't even fucking know anymore.
We were talking about All In and like the tail end of it, like the Battle Royal with Nigel and Rick.
Answer what you were saying about like Keith Lee and all that. You do know they're all injured, right?
Okay, all right, but still, I mean, okay, well, last night we saw what's his face, another guy that doesn't get used often. What the fuck's his name? Lance Archer. Well, you know what? Let's just fast forward into this. What do you think about Hollywood Hulk Moxley?
Curious to see where it goes.
And Marina Shafir is with him now, but
yeah, I know. Is she like BCC?
Where does Roderick Strong fit in? Her husband. Because that Undisputed Kingdom shit is done. Is as done as Dark Order has been done.
It just never got off the ground because Cole never recovered from his injury in time.
It was a wasted story. I feel like I don't know.
Is Wardlow injured? Because I haven't seen him either.
Yeah, he's injured.
Again,
he never fully recovered from that car accident.
Oh, the real right.
In the car accident, yeah, that's true.
The car accident that they used as an angle.
Kind of, yeah.
Between him and Powerhouse Hobbs, yeah.
But it wasn't a real car accident. Yeah, all right. Let's touch on Dynamite in this week's AEW then. Because we get the
we haven't. Like, I'm telling you, out of all the shows that happened this week in AEW land, next to All In, Dynamite was the best show of the week.
For AEW.
Rampage just showed, here's the people we didn't show on Wednesday. Collision was, let's just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what happens. That's what happened on Saturday.
The best
part.
The Kingdom versus FTO was a hell of a match.
That was actually an okay match. The best match for me was Fletcher Ishii. That was a good match.
Okay, that was a great match. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that.
I feel like I feel like Collision has become just matches for the sake of having matches. They're great matches, but it's like that's good. I like that for Collisions. It's like almost like New Japan vibe, where it's like it's the matches are everything. The problem with Rampage is it's all like the lower mid card guys, and it's like, all right, we couldn't feature him this week on Dynamite. Let's give him matches on Rampage. That's like literally.
I feel like we are seeing a Fletcher build and a Fletcher push.
Yeah, because I think they're eventually going to build as a feud, though not as a friend match. Osprey and Fletcher. I have a feeling that's where they're going with that.
We kind of have another thing that's about to happen. After Osprey defeats Pac,
Right.
Well, and you know him and Ricochet are gonna have a match after that happens.
exactly. That's one. I think that's one of the reasons he came to AEW was to renew his rivalry
Of course.
with.
And they are like best, and they are like best buds too.
I know that, but but that's the thing. Like, you have this like Ricochet wannabe now that only wrestles on Saturday nights.
You talking about hologram?
Yes, we're talking about hologram.
Yes, we are.
I like hologram. He's all right.
But I don't know. Now that the real Ricochet's there, hologram go away.
Get him out of there. I feel like it's like hologram was like the demolition to the Legion of Doom. Ricochet.
You think he was the Crush?
I think
Oh,
it's.
Demolition.
I feel like Vince McMahon made
But
that.
you know who I was happy to see make that Ring of Honor debut though? Sidney Akeem, formerly known as Reggie.
Oh, he's on. Oh, I did see him on Ring of Honor. Yes, he is on Ring of Honor now.
Yeah,
right?
he had what's it against Johnny TV, and that was a hell of a match.
I heard about it. I didn't watch it, but I heard he was there.
Do we feel like a lot of these guys are just being thrown into matches and nothing's going on with them? Johnny TV just keeps getting thrown into matches. What's his name? Commander keeps getting thrown into matches. So Alex Apprehendes
he did just have a Ring of Honor world title match a couple of weeks ago.
I have not been watching Ring of Honor, so that's on me.
I've been like 50-50 on Ring of Honor. I've been like half watching, half not watching. It's still good, but I don't watch it all the time. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm busy. Things are changing in my life. I can't keep up all the time. That's why I chat with Rod all the time.
Sammy Guevara should be in a bigger spot than he's in right now.
Well, after all the trouble he's gotten, he's lucky he's in the spot right now. Not too many people.
What did he do though?
Become a champion. That doesn't happen too often.
What did he do though? That was so bad. Didn't he accidentally hurt Jeff Hardy?
No, but like Jeff Hardy got a concussion, and instead of like having the match stop, he did his finisher on Jeff Hardy and pinned him, which is a total no-no in all professional wrestling.
Says
Did
who?
he even know?
Says who?
Everybody.
I've never
Did
heard.
he even know?
I've never heard this before my entire life.
Did someone tell him
everybody?
to not do it?
I've never heard this before. I'm hearing fake news out of Rod right now.
Yeah, that's a total lie.
Did someone say to him, "Don't do it"?
It's a common thing. That's like a written rule in AEW. If somebody has a concussion, you stop the match. You don't do more moves on the person when they got a concussion.
So why didn't the referee stop the match?
Because Sammy hit the move, so the referee was just like, "Fuck you, just count the three so we can end the match." But that's why Sammy got in trouble though, because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
If
you hit your finisher on the opponent and then you go for the 1, 2, 3, the ref just decides to stop the match. That
did
stupid.
Sammy know that he was concussed?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Rod was there apparently.
Right,
so
correct.
David Guevara got suspended for no reason. What you trying to tell me?
Also,
why?
This is all. You know why this all happened? Because Enzo Amore can't wrestle. And he got that concussion against the Vaudevillains.
He is now
that was a stupid concussion. That was on him.
That's because Enzo Amore.
I mean, I know stuff happens in wrestling, but that was blatantly on him.
Well, it's because Enzo Amore doesn't know how to wrestle.
I know. Oh, that's all he knows how to do is talk. That's all. That's his mouth has saved his career, basically.
Is he still in MLW?
No, like they had a falling out. He got fired.
He's in CCW
In Florida. Because that's the
Yeah.
only
The
place
last like
to
major
book him.
the last time I saw him on my TV was at the All Star Junior Festival last year.
He might be wrestling tonight for all I know in Boca Raton wrestling.
That's the only place that'll actually book him.
But I don't know. I stopped following his career.
Like I hate when people are like, oh well, he was wrongfully accused and he got fired. That's not why he got fired. Him being accused of rape is not why he got fired. He got fired because he knew about it and didn't tell the company.
Didn't say, yeah,
WWE
that's why.
didn't find out about it until they heard from TMZ. Imagine having to hear from TMZ that one of your current champions is being accused for a rape. That's a good look.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why I got fired. If he had been upfront about it, it would have been a different story. But
Exactly.
I mean, it looks.
And I don't think Big Bill got fired for what he did to that dude. I think he got fired because of his attitude and all the other stuff that led up to it, and probably
Well, there's
I
only
don't think it was that one incident that got him fired.
There's only one reason why we know Big Bill is in AEW. It's because Joey Janela ain't.
Because what?
Joey Janela is not there.
Oh, does he have a problem with Joey Janela?
That was when that whole thing started, where we had the meltdown.
Oh, right. Right. But he was also wasn't he on like drugs and alcohol? Did he have drugs and alcohol problems too?
Major addictions.
For a while, yeah.
He was getting clean, then he was getting back into it, and then he had the meltdown with Joey Janela, and that kind of hurt him. And then once that died down, he went to TNA, and now he's in AEW.
Well, I think it was working with DDP that kind of got him back on track.
Well, yeah. DDP work with anybody will get you back on track.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
now obviously a good word from DDP gets you places.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I like the work he's doing with Jericho right now.
So I'm loving the learning tree. Like I wasn't at first, but now I'm liking it. I don't like the other guy with him. I forget his name. He just isn't memorable to me.
Brian Keith.
Brian
Yeah.
Keith.
You better respect Chris Jericho.
He was hilarious, man. Especially when he said to Angelo Parker, he's like, "You better make sure that baby respects Chris Jericho."
Was that in Ring of Honor? Because I haven't seen Parker around lately.
No, that was like a few weeks ago on Rampage.
That's probably why I didn't see it.
I haven't seen Parker. I haven't seen, I don't know what the hell they're doing half the time, but they're just, I feel like like the matches last night, yeah, the Ishii match, it was awesome.
That was a good match.
Who apparently is still wrestling in AEW.
Well,
Yeah, right now he's on he's on the US tour right now.
He made
They're not really doing that with,
Fletcher.
like, it's like right now with Chaos, it's like a leadership by committee. They don't have like an official leader. It's like a leadership by committee.
Well, isn't Chaos's leader in another company now?
And he's not affiliated.
Well, he gave up that leadership when he left, so
He left, and he's now elite.
Yep. He's one of the elite. But
so I mean, basically, what they should just do at this point is just like combine Chaos and Hantai at this point, because they all team up together and have matches, teaming up with each other all the time anyway.
Well, is that what the congregation is? That's what they're calling it.
yeah.
Is that basically what the congregation is? Just all the Chaos people and like the AEW people that were in Chaos is like one faction.
Oh, and why do they have the congregation angle? Anyone know? I know.
Enlighten us.
I was waiting for Rod to say it, but
Personally, I like the congregation.
but why is it here? Why do they have the coalition? Isn't it the coalition or the congregation?
The congregation.
Or whatever the hell. Are you sure that's the right? That doesn't sound like the right
Yeah,
name.
that's the name of it. It's the
I didn't
congregation.
think it would be, but it is. It's Tony Khan. Of course, it's the congregation. Come on.
Can you just look it up?
I'm 100% sure that's what it's called. It's the congregation.
You have two people telling you it's the congregation. It's the congregation. Trust me.
I think it's the coalition.
No, it's not the
Can you
coalition.
just look it up, Chuck?
Now I'm gonna look it up and be Mr. Google here, Mr. Wiki.
Is it the Con? He's not finding it.
I got it. I got it. Hang on.
What is it?
It's the congregation.
Okay, then it is the congregation. Whatever. So anyway, who's injured right now?
That depends on what company we're discussing.
Well, the reason that that Orange Cassidy is in the congregation right now. Who's injured?
Best friend, Chuck Taylor.
No, the
You
other
talking
one.
about Chuck Taylor?
Trent Beretta. The angle between him and Trent Beretta is kind of on ice right now.
Well, yeah, I know, because he had to have neck surgery.
So
Again.
that's why there is a congregation. Otherwise, we'd be seeing more. We would have seen a match at Wembley between Cassidy and Beretta.
Probably.
Most definitely.
Yes.
If Adam Cole came back, we would have seen MJF Adam Cole.
Obviously,
But yeah, but with them turning MJF, that was all I need to know, that storyline was pretty much dead.
When Adam Cole comes back,
Whenever
Undisputed
that is,
Kingdom,
I heard,
a lot's got to change.
yeah, his
Maybe
injury got worse. That's why it's taking him so long to get back. It got worse. Doing
the
rehab.
BCC is not really a BCC anymore.
Not
With
really.
Pac in the mix, that's changed.
going on this rogue angle or whatever he's doing, which might be the best.
Oh, and did anyone notice that the New Japan music's back?
Yeah, I loved that. I marked out hard for that.
I'm like, okay, this is the Moxley we wanted.
Right, that's the better Moxley. That's why I was happy. They're doing the New Japan style Moxley in AEW, even though he's a babyface in New Japan technically. I want to see.
But I'm curious to see what this conversation is he needs to have with Darby. That's what I'm curious about.
You think Darby is going to join forces with him?
The New World Order.
Or the Bullet Club 3.5.
They have so many different versions of the Bullet Club, but the Bullet Club zero makes sense now. There's no sense or logic in the Bullet Club anymore.
I kind of want the Bullet Club to just disband.
It pretty much has. It's this awkward.
Well, aren't the War Dogs still a thing?
The War Dogs are still a thing. There's so many.
House of Torture
Here's the
still
problem with
a
the
thing.
Bullet Club. There is literally 6 sub factions of the Bullet Club now.
The Rogue Army still a thing.
Yeah. You have the War Dogs. You have House of Torture. The Rogue
Do you
Army.
count the Bang Bang Gang as Bullet
Bang
Club
Bang Gang
anymore?
counts.
Not anymore.
They're still on paper considered. They quietly took the name away, but they're still considered on like sites. They haven't like officially broken it
Like,
off.
I'm not even at this point. I'm not even sure if
ABC.
freaking ABC is still in Bullet Club anymore.
ABC should not be in Bullet Club anymore.
The Bang Bang Gang nor ABC should be considered Bullet Club, in my opinion.
ABC should have been considered a non-Bullet Club long before Bullet Club Gold became Bang Bang Gang.
I agree.
They have no fucking affiliation to Bullet Club now. They're just strictly TNA. You don't see them anywhere else.
They very seldomly work strong events that's it. Very seldomly they work on strong matches, but
they're also faces. And Bang Bang Gang, I guess they're faces now too.
they're Davises too. That's why I'm saying like it's stupid.
Where's Chase Owens?
Chase Owens is so there are 3 members of the Bullet Club that are really not affiliated with anybody, but are still under the name, but they kind of loosely affiliate with any of them. That is Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimori are all still Bullet Club, but they don't outwardly affiliate.
What about the other one?
Which other one?
Fale.
Fale's Rogue Army.
Rogue Army. He's the leader of the Rogue Army. That's why he's called the Rogue General.
Yeah, that's where that started. Was from because Fale has a promotion in New Zealand and he has his faction down there, which is considered Bullet Club. That's where the Rogue Army started. Was in New Zealand. That's why they appear seldomly in New Japan, but they're mostly in New Zealand.
Okay, but they're not Bullet Club though.
They are Bullet Club. When they work Japan, they're considered Bullet Club because
And
Yeah.
the only time they really did, the only time they really worked this was for World Tag League.
Yeah. Yeah, when they worked the World Tag League, they were considered Bullet Club. Yeah. So technically Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Shimori are Bullet Club, but they don't identify under any of the sub factions. They're just Bullet Club. They're the only. And technically Guido is technically still Bullet Club.
Yeah, but who's the leader of Bullet Club?
Depends on
David
which.
Finlay.
David Finlay is the main leader on paper because he's the one with Guido, and Guido is the booker of New Japan, so it's David Finlay.
So
So
he's still.
technically War Dogs.
It's Finlay, Kid. I guess Jake Lee now you consider him a war dog.
Jake Lee's a War Dog. Yeah, he's a War Dog.
Who's Jake Lee?
Connors and Maloney.
So
Who's Jake Lee?
he was in the G1 tournament. He was a Noah guy that just signed with New Japan. He's allied with the Bullet Club.
The self-proclaimed smart bastard.
What about Cowboy Hat?
Clark Connors, he's
He's a war dog.
War Dogs.
And the guy who used to be in Empire.
Yeah, they're the IWGP Junior Tag Champs right now.
Yeah,
What's his name again?
Drilla Maloney.
Drilla Maloney.
He was in NXT UK for a short time too, Dan Maloney.
And then the other one. Who else? Oh yeah, I'm surprised Gabriel Kidd's not trying to be the new leader.
Gabriel Kidd should be the leader because Gabriel Kidd's like the best thing in that faction. He's like the only guy
Yeah.
really.
That match you have with Leo Rush at Capital Collision was lit.
That was a good match. That was the best match of that card. The only match that rival for me that was the best match. Second best match was Naito. Actually, no, I tell a lie. Teton and Sabre had a good match, and then Naito and TJP had a good match.
Yeah.
Was it for the IPWG?
It wasn't for the title, no. The main event for Capital Collision was Mercedes Moné against Momo Watanabe.
That was a
Oh
good
yeah,
match too.
we talk about that.
Yeah,
Hey,
and that's where Mercedes Moné is still super babyface. In Japan, they still book her as like over babyface, even though she's super heel in AEW.
Was Camille with her though?
no.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, she's a
she was
babyface.
doing the boss CEO thing, but she had the U.S. Pride thing going too.
Am I the only one who thinks that Camille should stop being everyone's bodyguard and focus on herself?
I agree with that. I want to see her. The problem, I think, the only reason they keep her is it protects her. She's good in ring. She's a monster character, but if you watch Camille actually wrestle, there's zero personality there.
You're
No,
breaking up. What?
No personality. Camille has no personality though, past like being a bodyguard. She's big and intimidating, but what else is there?
She's talked plenty on NWA.
I never cared for her.
When they finally gave her a mic, she had a lot to say.
I never got into it. Maybe that's just me though. I don't know. I just feel like she's not like enticing to like push her as like a monster badass. As a bodyguard badass, she works.
She should be having matches. She should be having matches with Nyla Rose.
That's what she should be doing.
I mean,
didn't they babyface Nyla Rose recently?
That's
Yeah.
what. Yes.
Speaking
Nyla
of Nyla Rose, she gets
Also-
the first shot at the AEW Women's title on Dynamite Wednesday.
True.
We know that's, and we know that she is not going to have that title for a long time if they ever do decide to put it back on her, which they probably won't. And she had like the worst luck of being the champion because she was a pandemic champion and barely got to defend that title.
Well, it was kind of like when Moxley had the U.S. title in New Japan when it was still a thing. Well, because he never got to appear in Japan, and they finally had no choice but to have him use it on Strong because otherwise he was never going to defend it.
Yeah.
Because originally the plan with Moxley was he was never going to wrestle for New Japan in the States. He was only going to wrestle in Japan for New Japan.
Yeah.
Do
Then-
strictly AEW in the States.
Then pandemic happened. I mean, Drew McIntyre.
Changed
To
a
me-
lot of things for a lot of people.
Yeah, pandemic really fucked over a lot of people.
It fucked up everything for
Hell,
everybody.
New Japan had to go on hiatus twice during the pandemic.
And it killed Ring of Honor too.
basically, because Ring of Honor stayed so loyal to his employees that it wound up costing them in the end.
I mean, Impact had like all the companies,
Yeah, but
affected.
like Impact was one of the three major companies that still was producing episodes during the pandemic, though.
No, but I mean they were, but it's still
I mean,
so it's
everybody got hit
WWE,
hard
but
during
it's
the
still
pandemic. Wrestling
affected.
was.
Right.
I mean, because like a lot of these people who had titles didn't really get to perform at their best.
In front
And
of it. The best thing that came out of the pandemic is what we're seeing now was all these companies working together.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it took WWE a long time because they're
You had to get rid of you had to get rid of that old bastard before that to happen.
and now he's going to have a documentary about him.
The rise and
Oh,
fall.
you know what I'm waiting for, guys? Speaking of them, Shane McMahon AEW. I can't wait.
Is it really happening though? Because it hasn't happened yet.
Right now it's just
That's the
speculation.
Moxley plant seeds.
Oh, do you think? Wait a minute. Wait, that makes a lot of sense. It's not your company. You think Shane is the one behind? They're going to make him the mastermind behind this new Moxley thing going on.
Watch it be Shane. Yep. And it'll be basically another version of the Bullet Club or another version of the NWO, but it won't be either.
Or if it's not Shane, it could be Scott D'Amore.
I mean, but we know that Shane had the meeting with Tony Khan.
Or hell, it could wind up being both of them together.
I would love for if Scott D'Amore came in, that would be honestly, Scott D'Amore in AEW would be better for AEW.
Yeah, but the thing is though, he's not available till February of next year.
Yeah, but, right, because doesn't he have a new promotion?
No, he's got a no compete clause in his contract when he got fired. So
well, he also has but he also started
they revived Major League Wrestling too. But that's the reason why he hasn't signed with like a major company right now, is because he has a no compete clause in his contract when he got fired. That's not up until February of 2025. So,
because truthfully, Scott D'Amore will save AEW from Tony Khan when Tony Khan makes dumb decisions.
A lot of them. Well, personal opinion, that's what they need.
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody can throw Tony Khan about his what's name. I'd rather work for a guy who maybe should stay off Twitter rather than a guy who pimps out his employees to try to get his superstars to resign contracts.
Let me ask you a question. How many people were at Wembley Stadium?
Oh, the turnout? What was it?
Because no one talked about it.
I know. You're right.
So, I remember last year it was a big deal, but ever since all that shit happened, Tony Khan allowing, the Punk thing to air on AEW TV, and like a lot of, I feel like his judgment's been off and stuff. I feel like you need a Scott D'Amore to kind of keep Tony in line because Scott D'Amore acts the way a boss is supposed to act. Scott D'Amore is not the fan.
Scott D'Amore is that middle ground. He's like, you're not gonna walk around him. You don't have to be walking around eggshells on him like he did with Vince.
Oh, so I got the intel,
Jim. Pushover like Tony Khan is either.
Oh, fuck Tony Khan. By the way,
it's not the congregation; it's the conglomeration.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I was right. It was not the congregation; it's the conglomeration. Thank you.
No, you said the coalition, so you wasn't right.
Yeah, but then I thought about it, and I thought about it without looking it up. The conglomeration.
You're right. I was wrong. Okay. Not watching wrestling as much as I normally do. I got a life now. I got better things to do.
I have a life too, goddammit, so.
Right, I mean, just because you're planning a wedding.
Fuck you with you guys. Relax. By the way, though, 54,817 seats for All in 2024 and They distributed 53,393 tickets.
Wasn't that less than the year before, though?
I think so.
Wasn't it 81,000 the year before?
Yeah, no, they had a better turnout last year. So last year it was a turnstile attendance of 72,265.
Yeah, that's why they kept it quiet.
Because right,
that's, I mean, it was great matches though. It's just a shame. Right. So we've been talking about AEW.
by the way, both of them failed to outdraw SummerSlam '92.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Just all these AEW works. Oh, AEW is so much better than WWE. Oh my God, it's not. Stop.
Let's go back to WWE. I mean, you talked a little bit about Capital Collision, but tonight it's Sunday night when we're airing that, we're recording this. So we have
no mercy.
NXT doing No Mercy.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Jada Parker is the right opponent for Roxanne Perez, the way they've been pushing Roxanne Perez?
Mean, the way they've been like pushing Jada Parker, yes. Is she beating Roxanne? No.
No, Roxanne's gonna have that belt for a while.
I mean, I can see Roxanne having that belt at least until next year's Stand and Deliver.
I mean,
a while.
Maybe have Jada separate herself from Crime Time 2.0.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Basically, that's what it reminds me of.
may as well be. Same thing.
What are they called? OTF, OFP, or
Yeah,
OTM out the mud.
such a terrible name for a tag team.
yeah, it is.
I get the meaning behind it though.
Right, but it's still. Okay, so we kind of touched on it briefly. We did discuss Zachary Wentz and Wesley. I think Wesley's going to win that match because they got to cement his heel turn.
I agree.
And also, it's a WWE show. They're going to protect the WWE talent on that one.
How sweet though would it be if they're going to do what I think they're going to do? They should do the same thing with TNA.
Which is?
Well, unless Joe Hendry is going to sign unless Joe Hendry is going to leave and go to WWE, if Joe Hendry were to win this match,
Right.
then last minute be like, oh, so we decided that with the agreement of TNA that we're putting the X Division title on the line.
That would be cool. I would like to see that. Because that would be
that would be pretty cool.
That would
Yeah,
be. See, I would have. What I wish would have happened is they would have had like Roxanne go to TNA to challenge Jordan for the knockout title.
You know what? They should have done that last time too, but where I think it should have been like all titles on the line. Yeah. Like title for title.
Or if you're not gonna do Roxanne, let Kalani Jordan defend the North American title on an episode of Impact against somebody.
Right.
When did she defend the North American title on Impact?
No, I'm saying let her do it. I mean, she did just face Rosemary in a non-title match Tuesday on NXT.
That was actually a good match too. I don't like Rosemary.
That would be great if she was still the North American champion after tonight, because she's going up against demonic Wendy Chu.
Yeah, I know, but I think she's gonna retain though.
You mean Karen Q Chu?
I mean, what did they call her? What was the other? What was the other name they had for her?
Maylin.
Yes, she's basically Maylin, Wendy Chu, in one.
Yeah, man, I forgot about that. Yeah,
They really explained why Wendy Chu, story-wise, why Wendy Chu is like an evil version of herself now.
Right, like she came back off an injury and just got like demonic.
Right, but they never really said in the storyline, oh, by the way, yeah, that reminds me. That's right. I did see Rosemary on NXT.
You weren't hallucinating.
What? Who did she fight on NXT?
Kalani Jordan.
Jordan.
So what? Oh, and Wendy Chu sent her, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yep.
So there is some demonic storyline going on because we know Rosemary does the like.
Yes, which was the perfect choice.
But I still want to know why Wendy Chu is a demon. Like, where's the? We need a story here. There's no story right now. It's just Wendy Chu came back as a demonic version of herself. Did Mei Lin possess her? I mean, what's the reason? If you're telling a story, we need to know the reason. Not just because, we're just going to bring her back this way.
Right.
Can anyone answer me?
I don't have.
Well, no, we can't because there was no answer.
There's no answer.
They didn't produce an answer.
It's just like, oh yeah, she's evil now. Okay. Because that's what they do a lot in NXT. It's just like, let's bring them up, but they're evil now because we don't have to do with them because they've been injured so long. Let's just give them that.
Oh, speaking of which, you know who we didn't talk about?
Who's that?
Speaking of people who were forced to change their angle to evil people, Grizzle Young Vets. We did not talk about them coming, now being full-time
I guess they're officially all elite now.
Yeah.
What are we talking
I
about?
know they were there for a short time, but it looks like they're there, period.
They wrestled down Capital Collision. They had a good match. That was a good match, too.
Who'd they go up against?
That was really good.
Who'd they go up against?
Robbie Eagles and Bandu Tito, TMDK, and Tanahashi and Ishii.
Yeah.
For the right to face Nichols and Hayes for the New Japan Strong Tag title.
Yeah. So I guess so Ishii and Tanahashi won the match. So I guess that's like the end of Ishii's American tour to a point.
If those guys, here's what has to happen. Now Zack Sabre Jr. has to have the title.
He's gonna win it at Wrestle Kingdom. Trust me. There's no way.
Because all those guys in TDMK have titles. They're now the dominant faction.
They pretty much are already. The only problem with them is they're a tweener faction.
Nah, Zack Sabre Jr. needs to stay as the prick.
He still is a prick, but they become a tweener faction.
Only go up against baby.
I mean, because right now the only members of the Team Decay that don't got titles is Zach, and he has that. He won the G1, so he's got a future world title shot. Well, and the Japanese young Punk Koji Fujita.
It's too bad that I get he's loyal to Japan, but if used right, he would be great, like in an American company.
If used right, yeah.
If used right is the key word.
AEW would probably do a good job of it. If they're doing if they're utilizing Ospreay the way they're utilizing him, if they used Sabre like that, he'd be fine. WWE would never know what to do with Sabre.
No, I mean, think about it. Dude might become the next IWGP World Champion. They had him on 205. They would have put him on 205 Live.
Well, what would they do with him in a Triple H era? In a Triple H, because we're not in a Vince McMahon world anymore.
He would still be saddled to NXT because he's a wrestler, not a sports entertainer. Gotta be still an entertainment company. At least
but I feel
the wrestling part a little bit.
But I feel like they've been better about booking. I mean, Bronson Reed's not an entertainer, and he's,
But he's a big brute guy, and WWE's always had a thing for the big monster guys. So
yeah, but that's because it was Vince. This is not Vince anymore.
Right, but they still utilize the monster guys.
I mean, look at Oba Finley right now.
Yeah, but that's Shawn Michaels. Isn't
was never a
Shawn
big
Michaels
guy.
off paper, off camera? Isn't Shawn Michaels still the guy who's in
Yeah,
charge?
he
of
runs. Yeah,
NXT?
he runs NXT. Triple H runs Raw, SmackDown, and Road Dogg is the head of the live events.
Yep, DX runs WWE.
Yep. Well, let's get ready to suck it.
When's Shawn gonna join? When's Shawn gonna be the head the head of SmackDown or Raw?
I mean, shoot, let him be the producer of Speed or something.
Right.
Take Speed off of X. Put Speed on either make it a
You know who I
Peacock
heard
thing.
has been producing a lot of the Speed matches too?
Oh,
He done.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Cruiserweight?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, man. If you want to make Speed Speed should not be on fucking X. Speed should be on a bigger platform.
Peacock, like Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock or
YouTube.
or make the Speed title part of NXT.
Right.
Make the Speed title another title in NXT, or if you're not going to include it in SmackDown or Raw, but make it.
I mean, you probably could because they do be putting NXT talents in those tournaments to determine the number one contender.
Right. So put on NXT. Give it, make an NXT title.
But here's the other thing: they don't say Andrade's the Speed champion. I don't hear them promote him as the Speed champion. They really rarely said it about Ricochet too. So to me, that's why the fuck do you even have this title if you're not going to promote it on the bigger shows?
That's true.
It's like, like if Tony Khan would do it, like, why would you have a Continental? Oh, you know what? Yeah, why do you have the Continental title if you're barely pushing that on I mean, he had a match against Castagnoli, but it wasn't a Wembley match.
That was a great match, though.
It was a great match, but if you're going to have all these titles,
since it was a draw, I would love to see a rematch.
push the titles, though. If you're going to have extra titles, push them.
Right.
Don't just like digital media titles still pushed on Impact.
That's just a stupid title.
And when Cardona can be cleared officially, he'll get that title back and he'll run with it.
It's still not hurt. He's still hurt, right?
Yeah.
I think so because but you know who they brought in for that match? A former they brought him back to TNA, Shira.
Yeah, because he because he was in OVW.
He was in OVW. But if you guys remember, he was on TNA for a while too.
I know. Yeah, he was a part of James Storm's faction.
But yeah, he was like he was pushed as a good guy in TNA for a while.
The Shira Shuffle.
TNA, the not good days.
Now, before we finish, does anyone know what's going on with NWA besides that they're on CW and
I haven't watched it in a couple
Well,
weeks.
apparently tonight they got their special. It's NWA 76 tonight, so
it
it's
is.
their 70th anniversary show tonight.
Which is interesting. How are they going to do that?
And I'm curious though to why they stopped doing pay-per-views. It's like they'll do the show and then you use the matches and stuff throughout the weeks on the CW app.
Rod, I have to stop you though. Is it taped or is it live?
It's
Tonight's gonna be live. However,
it can't be live tonight.
And why you say that?
Because who's going to be running the show?
Billy Corgan.
Yeah, that's funny because in 2 hours he's going to be performing in Pittsburgh with Smashing Pumpkins at the stadium.
Oh, then maybe like freaking Pat Kenny or whoever else helps him books the shows.
Oh, so by the way, gentlemen, I have it up. The show happened last night, and I guess they're airing it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I am reading the results right now. I'm not saying anything.
Why the fuck would they do that? Why the hell would you do that when the show?
I seriously don't know why they stopped doing pay-per-views. I seriously don't know why they stopped.
No, it's not that. Like, well, you said 76 is going to air tonight, correct? Correct?
God.
Right.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying what they do now is they'll have the event, and then they'll just air the episodes every Tuesday on the CW app for Power.
So,
so
Like
they're
they
getting
completely
happen,
stopped
but
doing
they're airing
pay-per-view.
on Power.
Yes.
So you're
So
saying
if you're not at the event, you gotta wait till the episode to watch the match. You gotta wait till once they're on Power, basically.
oh, that's stupid because yeah, now people are gonna fucking talk about it. You should have. Why the fuck didn't they just have it as a pay-per-view?
Because they stopped doing pay-per-views. Like they used to have, you used to be able to order them on Fight. Now you can't.
Right.
Like they don't do it no more.
That's stupid. That's how they make money.
Right? I don't understand. I don't get that either. I don't get it either.
I mean, plus, you're running it power to when you're touring. You're on a stadium tour, and how are you going to run your company and your band simultaneously?
That's why I guess that's why he got people like Dr. Tom Pritchard and Pat Kenny helping him book the shows and stuff.
Okay, who's Pat Kenny again?
Simon Diamond.
Oh, okay. Was Simon Diamond ECW or Impact?
I think technically both, but ECW. I remember
Yeah.
he was ECW in like the late '90s in 2000, like when ECW was closing.
Now,
What was his face?
but anyway, okay, I feel like NWA was bigger when Aldis was there. I mean, apart from Rod, how do you know when NWA's around? If I feel like it's not advertised as much. I mean, yeah, I see Brian Idol talking about it and stuff, but
He works there.
like, well, duh. But I'm just, and they did a signing.
His
They
brother
did a
Rockstar
signing actually recently. I
wrestled
forget
on
where.
the 76. Rockstar wrestled RJ.
They did one in New York. They did a signing in New York, I think, recently. Anyway, or where was it? Oh no, it was in Indiana, I think. Was it? No, Philadelphia. Excuse me. They
Yeah.
just did a signing in Philadelphia. Brian Idol and
Yeah, that's
Natalia.
what 76 was held at, was in Philadelphia.
Okay.
The 2300 Arena, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. But see, there's the problem right there, though. You're gonna save that for Power? No. You make that should be an event in itself, as it has been. It should be on.
I don't know why this year they decided to stop doing pay-per-views, but they decided to stop doing pay-per-views. Like the last pay-per-view I think they did was the Shaman pay-per-view.
I don't even know who the hell their champion is at this point.
Right now ZC3 is the world champion.
ZC3, he's still okay.
Yeah, he's been over a year now. Latimer, I believe, right now is the national champion, but I believe he's cashing in the Lucky 7 to get another world title shot.
And Latimer's on his own right now.
Yes, right? And he's doing quite well on his own too. Max Diapela is both the men and women's television champion.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
The King Bees are the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions. Blood Force Trauma, the NWA Men's Tag Team Champions.
Wait,
Joe
so what you're
Labo.
saying is LA Knight's move has a title?
Yes, there's a tag team in NWA called Blood Force Trauma.
One of them
Is that's someone was telling me about that. That's
Rodney Mack,
what's
yeah,
his face under a mask.
Rodney Mack.
Yeah, that's Rodney
Yeah,
Mack and Marshall Rocket under a mask.
Is that
Aaron
what's his
Stevens
face
is their
is the
manager.
manager?
Yeah, Aaron Stevens.
Yeah, Damian Sandow's the manager.
Chuck,
Yeah,
were we talking about that on Thursday? On Thursday?
I think we were briefly. Yes.
And Kizzy Page is still the women's champion.
Kenzie Page has been the women's champion for a while now.
Yeah, since last year. Yeah, she beat Camille at 75. So she's been champion for like a whole year now. She
I
beat
don't know,
she beat Camille Knight too at 75.
I feel like they need stronger promotion.
But see, with NWA, what they do is they do like they have like a lot of territories because a lot of people that work with NWA have their own territories. So, like, it's like
But that's
NWA
how
goes
it's always been.
territory era with NWA. Hell, Kenzie and Kylie Page, they run their own promotion now.
Who?
The Page sisters, Kenzie and Kylie, they run their own promotion now.
Oh, you know who else runs their own
After
promotion?
being like 22 and 19 years old, and you run your own wrestling promotion.
Who else runs their own wrestling promotion and will probably be at the show tonight?
Let's see now.
Brian Idol, FTW.
Yeah, not to mention AJ and Joe Costanza's father, Casey Costanza's father, Joe Costanza, he runs his own promotion.
Who's Joe Costanza? I don't remember who that is.
He's like an NWA legend, especially in the Midwest territories.
We're going back to territory days, guys. What is this, like 1974? Jeez.
Well, CCW, to be fair, called themselves the last territory.
That's a gimmick. It's not a real territory. I'm a hater. Don't mind me.
Hey, yes, we know this.
I'm not really a hater, guys. Come on.
That's a lot.
What's going on with MLW?
No one cares.
They just had their Summer of the Beast event on Thursday.
But who's holding it up? Because let's see.
Right now, Kojima's the world champion.
He's been the
still?
champion for a while, Kojima.
Since February when he beat Kane for the title.
Who? Oh, Alex Kane. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Minoru Suzuki's now one half of the MLW Tag Champions.
Who's the other one?
Hiro Kwan from representing the Contra unit.
Let me ask you a question right now. It's just funny. Like, one of the biggest names from MLW went to TNA, and they're doing nothing with him.
And
Right.
that would be
Hammerstone.
I mean, well, he just got back from his injury that took him out the pay-per-view for a couple of months ago, so.
Yeah, but I feel like he's just been losing matches.
I mean, he did get the pinfall on Kushida to qualify for Ultimate X.
Sure. I just remember, like, the last match he had, he lost.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen, I guess he was injured. Also, the biggest name of MLW is in WWE right now.
Jacob Fatu.
And what are they doing with what's his face? Richard Holloway, whatever the.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like after he lost that title match to Alex Kane, yeah, I haven't seen him since.
And then the mouthpiece of MLW is working for AEW, causing fights backstage.
Apparently, both MJF and Will Ospreay said all that crap got overblown about what was said about what happened. It was overblown.
With what?
The fight between Alicia Atu and Britt Baker
Oh.
that got Britt suspended.
Wasn't MJF the one? See, I don't know what happened. I thought MJF was the one who caused the issue.
No, basically what happened was Britt, I guess, was like bad mouthing MJF. Alicia Al2 got wind of it. She told MJF. MJF confronted Britt about it, and then Britt called Alicia Al2 the freaking snitch bitch.
Stupid.
And is that what got her suspended, or was there physicality?
Well, I mean, pretty much. But if you think about it, Britt did start all this by she was bad mouthing, one of the biggest stars in the company. So
Yeah, but why are you getting suspended for talking shit? You get suspended for fighting.
because it started an argument.
I
I don't get it.
don't know. Well, we know that Britt Baker's like passionate about AEW. So,
Yeah.
what does she even do in the company? Like, I haven't seen her on TV yet.
Like they don't really have a what's name for her because Melissa Santos does. Lexi and Melissa Santos does the freaking Ring of Honor backstage interviews.
I'm loving that she's in Ring of Honor, Melissa Santos. That makes me happy.
Oh, she is. Oh, cool.
That's like the best thing on.
Well, now she gets to be with her husband. So.
Yep.
But then you have But then you have this other one with the weird name. This other
I know who
commentator,
you're talking about. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
and then you have Renee.
The new girl. I know who you're talking
Paquette.
about.
You have Renee
Yeah,
Paquette.
Yeah, because she sometimes she's like a ring announcer for Ring Honor sometimes too.
But you also have Renee Paquette. So why do we need Alicia too?
Because you wanted MJF to come back, right? What better way to get somebody to come back than hiring their girlfriend?
To do what? That's what I'm trying to find out. What does she do?
Yeah, I know, but still though, you want to appease one of your top talents, hire their girlfriend. Who knows? Maybe she does a lot of stuff on their social media stuff, kind of like what Rosa Mendez was doing when she got pregnant. She was doing a lot of WWE stuff on their social media pages.
So right now, let's find out what is she doing.
Wow, we would do this for all right. Let's kind of finish things up too. It's 5:00.
Yeah, apparently she's a part of the broadcasting team. I've never seen her, but apparently she's part of the broadcasting team.
Which one?
I don't know.
All right.
I mean, who knows? I mean, why not use her for like Collision and stuff? Like do interviews like on Rampage or Collision.
They should do with her.
Should.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
I mean, she is the interview queen, so she should. But then you're going after Renee Paquette's job.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't.
But hey, I mean, like you got all of them. Why not use all of them? You don't need to have Renee on Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Don't at least shot two in there.
Fine. Renee stays on
Dynamite, obviously, because she's the head one. Obviously, you gotta have her. You keep her on Dynamite, and then you use Alicia maybe for just like Collision or Rampage.
No, because Lexi has been there long enough. Lexi should be handling Collision.
Lexi's the head interviewer for Ring of Honor, though.
Right.
So make her the head interviewer for Collision. Make a Toot the head interviewer for Ring of Honor.
The problem is though, Lexi's got a storyline going on too, Ring of Honor with Athena and Billy Starks.
Oh, true. That's still going on?
Yes.
Yep. Even though Athena's not happy that Billy Starks lost the Ring of Honor Women's television title.
It's about damn time. Who'd she lose it to?
Red Velvet.
Yeah.
Good, because Billy Starks was starting to get annoying.
I got a feeling the way this is going, they're probably going to have the rematch with those two, and this time Billy's going to beat Athena for the women's title.
Probably.
I'm kind of like I want Athena to come back to AEW though because
She
again,
might be after once she loses that Ring of Honor Women's title. She might.
Should do. I mean, she's still in Ring of Honor. Like,
Like,
it's a good run, but
because
it's
like, the
stale
last
now.
time I think she was on AEW when she faced when she defended the woman's title against Red Velvet. I forgot what battle of the belt number it was.
she's the only Ring of Honor like staple. You understand? Like she's the only because everyone else keeps showing up on AEW, and she's the only one who you don't see on AEW TV at all.
Right, like I said, the one time
Personally.
was
Right.
the next to last battle of the belts when she faced Red Velvet, defended the Ring of Honor Women's against Red Velvet.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay, they did.
But that's
Well,
it
that's
though.
a lot of fucking- that's why we have you though, because if I don't remember shit, you do.
Names.
Yeah, Rod's our encyclopedia. If I can't think of shit, I just say Rod.
And you got
But all right. Anything else to add, guys? Because it's like the show starts what?
Well, you know, like, hey, just get ready for No Mercy tonight. Cause I got No Mercy tonight and 2 fantasy football drafts. So
oh boy.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, fantasy what?
football.
Oh
Oh my god, hater,
what happened? What happened?
hater, hater.
It's a good impersonation, actually, of me. That's me watching
I'm
TNA.
telling you, you mention that word, I get sleepy.
You tell me TNA, I might fall asleep. Even though it's a little better now because
No, hater.
NXT, but
This is a wrestling show. We don't talk about the other sport on the
Oh
wrestling.
god.
Midway presents NFL Blitz. That's about the extent of my football.
Oh
right.
Jesus Christ.
So, all right, everyone, watch NXT.
And don't forget about All Out next weekend.
All Out is next weekend.
Yep.
That's how they've been doing it. Like you do All In, and then 2 weeks later you get All Out. So we got All In, All Out, NXT, no blah blah blah. No
Oh,
mercy.
by the way, did you hear about where World's End is going to be at this year?
Where?
Orlando.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay.
It was awesome at the Coliseum last year, but it's
You buy the tickets and I'll pick you up.
World's End was great last year, except that I got COVID. Me and Dom got COVID.
Yeah, that one. I'm glad I didn't what's the name from Forbidden Door, that's for sure.
Forbidden Door was a good pay-per-view, and then they did stupid writing right after it. Horrible writing right after it. Never understand.
Yeah.
I feel like they do dumb writing for TVs, and they damage control on the pay-per-views, then they do dumb shit on TV again.
That's kind of what TNA was doing too.
They still do it.
Dumb shit on the TV, and then the pay-per-views are great.
No, their pay-per-views are actually good. I will say the TNA pay-per-views I've watched over the years have been good, but every time I watch a TV show, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And the other problem with TNA is every time I get invested in a talent, they leave as soon as I get invested. AKA, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Not to be fair, like his star has been rising for a while, and TNA is too small for him.
It is. And it's crazy too because I've been backing Joe Hendry since Ring of Honor. Rod says I was a hater.
It's like I have to. It's like I do like respect everything he's doing, and I support him, but someone has to be the bad guy, and it has to be.
I get it.
I feel like it's my job
I believe in
on
Joe
camera. I feel like on camera, it's my job to not believe in Joe Hendry.
Look,
it's my job, but I'm secretly rooting for the guy, but I'm still going to say I don't believe.
Even though I want Joe Hendry to win tonight, like there's a part of me that doesn't want Ethan Page to lose yet. So I'm like,
exactly. I feel like Joe Hendry wins because of how
Popular.
blown up he is, but Ethan Page, what are we going to do with Ethan Page once he loses?
Nothing.
That's the thing. Ethan Page has never been a heavyweight champion in like the bigger the other companies. He's been a
I'm
tag
not gonna
team.
lie. I actually want to see Tony D'Angelo win the title tonight, because then he'll be one step closer to being a Grand Slam NXT champion.
Oh, wait a minute. Which title is this?
The North American title.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Because if he does win this title, then
He would only need the NXT title to be a Grand Slam champion.
true.
He'd be a triple crown if he wins this, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Legally,
No, he need the NXT title. So yeah, but he would have won
doesn't
3 different titles though.
Does Heritage Cup count? Because it's a cup. It's not a title.
Yeah, it counts.
Okay.
The title.
It's not a belt though.
Yeah, their title.
Still counts.
Well, so the KOPW title in New Japan is technically a trophy, but they call it a title.
True.
That's their version of sports entertainment. That's New Japan's version of sports entertainment, the KOPW title.
All right, kids. I think it's time to put the gavel down.
Rod, get yourself back on camera for the outro, please. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, get the fucking fan out of the way.
Rod,
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
what's that? We see there. I see your fan too. Don't see me.
I know. I'm doing a tribute to you.
it's a tribute.
I can't even get the fan in the camera.
I don't have a fan, so I can't do it. Here, I'll give you this.
Anyway.
Here's my version.
Oh, wow, you got an AC.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, let me try. I'm gonna do
I used to
something.
have a window unit, but now that we got our actual outside AC fixed, we took all the window units out.
Hey, all right, Chuck.
Yeah.
Put your AC on. Go ahead, Rod. You have my blessing to put the fan back on.
Yeah, look at that beautiful. Look at that beauty.
Gotta tell you guys,
We're now. This is how we're gonna end the show, Chuck. Where's your AC?
this is perfect.
I like it.
So, before we end, I gotta say something.
Okay.
I'm glad you were on this episode. You were missed. You are an asset to our crew.
Correct. I agree.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You're about.
Yeah, it was not the same without you. It really felt like we were missing an arm and a leg.
Like we said, we were literally just two guys having a conversation about wrestling.
And we were not like, hey, it just the Rod element was not there, and it sucked.
Because we agreed too much, and Rod's that balance to that.
Yeah. We were going to try it because we haven't done a show in so long, and then we're like, oh, this sucks.
And we complained about it the whole time. It was officially the Rodless episode, and that's what I called it. Because I had no one else to call it. But
it was Chuck's birthday show. But anyway, since we're like forcing people to look at our fans now.
Put a pin in it, guys. Until the next one, I am your favorite, the Chuck Coffee, Chucky Hashi.
And I'm better than all of you, RJ Show. Because I just
Hot Rod 521.
Welcome back, Hot Rod. And
welcome back. Thanks for saving the show. Boom.
For the next one, and as always, we are just too sweet.